There is only one way that you will reach your dream life, and that is that you have to be fed up with your current existence. Let's unpack this. Hey creators, Aimon here, and this is where I help you master your creative mindset. Firstly, if you like how I just give you the secret sauce straight up and I don't wait until 3 minutes long, then feel free to subscribe. That's something that I would subscribe over, but you take the actions that you want to take. You are your own human being, right? But so dream life is a particular concept, right? And we can park that to the side for a second. But let's talk about any micro changes that you want to make in your life. Any thing that you actually want to become, anything that you want to change. A quote that's affected my life deeply is, in order for you to change, the pain of staying the same has to be greater than the pain of change. Because change is hard, right? You have to have an idea of what you want to become, and then you've got to figure out the steps that you need to take to become that thing. And then all those steps are going to be hard, no doubt. And then you have to take those steps. And you're going to get judged by everyone around you. You're probably going to fail and slip up a lot, and everyone's going to see that. You're going to have everyone around you telling you that you shouldn't be doing this. You're going to have everyone around you telling you that what you're doing is wrong. It's going to be really hard. Mentally, you have to battle against yourself. You think that you can't do it. You think that you don't deserve it. There's so many different things working against you, right? But if you can recognize that, the pain of actually changing. So for example, you want to get fit and healthy. You want to gain 3 kilos of muscle in the gym. That's going to be hard. If you go to the gym, you know that if you actually want to change your body, it's really hard. You don't just roll in, do a couple reps, roll out, and you're like, oh, bro, and you're just huge. It doesn't happen to anyone ever. If you've got those genetics, I'm jealous. But it takes really hard, consistent, dedicated effort to make changes like that. But if you have that specific goal, you're like, I want to gain 3 kilos of muscle in the gym. What's it going to take? All right, I'm guessing it'll take a year. And, you have to do all your research. I'm going to have to eat this many calories over this period of time. And then at that period of time, I'm going to eat this many calories. And I'm going to have to progressively overload in the gym to get to where I want to go. But in order for you to be motivated enough to actually take those actions, you have to be so fed up with where you are at right now. That's the only way that you are going to actually take those actions. And I'm saying this slowly because this is the most important thing. Because you probably have a lot of change ahead of you in your life, but you may not take those actions to change in the way that you need to now to get to those places, because right now, you might not be fed up enough with where you're at right now. You might not, the pain of staying where you're at right now is less than what the pain is of changing. Just sit with that for a second, because that's the realest thing. There's many examples in my own life, and I won't go into any of them right now, but the gym is a great example. There's in business, there's great examples of that as well, in terms of oh, you want these particular clients. You want a business that turns over this kind of revenue. Business is the most perfect example, because that's the most risk you're going to take. You're going to take financial risk. You're going to take physical risk. It's going to take a lot of grinding, a lot of hard work. You're going to take mental risk. It's going to take so much mental effort. Again, you have to believe in yourself that you can do a thing, right? You might have to quit your job or, burn a relationship in order for you to get the kind of business you want, whatever it may be for yourself, right? But for you to get where you want to go, the pain of where you are right now, again, you have to be so fed up. And a reason why I'm saying it so many times, because it's you kind of need to hear things a few times for it to hit, and it's simple on the surface level. But when you really get this concept, then that's the kind of the method for changing, right? Because if you know, where you need to be, how you need to feel for you to actually change, then you can fast track yourself to actually get to the place where you are fed up enough. You've been overweight for many years. People have been teasing you in high school, and girls aren't hitting you up, or whatever it is. And it finally gets to you've been wanting to change for a long time, but wanting is not action, right? You've been wanting to have that dream business for a long time, but wanting is not action. You've had a plan in place. I've done this many times. I can show you, like, I've got a Notion boards in place for many different versions of dream lives. And we can get to dream life in a second, but like we're talking about micro goals at the moment, not necessarily micro, but like medium to long-term goals where you have a clear vision. This is exactly what I want. And then you work backwards. These are the steps that I need to take to get that thing, right? Which doesn't take a genius to figure out. You can do that yourself. If you know what you want, then just get real clear on what that is, what it feels like. Work backwards. Oh, I probably need to take these 10 steps in this order to get that thing. And it might take this period of time. Who knows? It might take 10 more years than that. But it might take 10 less years than that, right? And then you just relentlessly take action to get that thing. But this is the thing, and I've said it 5 times in this video already. You will not take the actions to get the thing. You can write out your dream life all you want. You can figure out all of the plans to get there all you want. But until you are feeling the pain so hard that is much greater where you are right now, you're just sick to death of where you're at right now because it's not good enough. And that, we can dive into whether or not that's a healthy mindset or not, because it's like, everyone beats themselves up here and there, but it's like, it's not about beating yourself up. It's just about recognizing you're capable of more, because you probably are capable of more. And if you're just chilling right now, that's also fine. Nobody's going to come after you if you're just chilling. If you're enjoying your life, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be hustle, grind, whatever it is, but it doesn't even have to be this big goal. It can just be whatever it is that you want it to be. I really want to make my own meals rather than eating Thai food every single night. I don't eat Thai food that often, okay? It's like once a week, maybe once a month, all right? But it is probably too much for me, but this is just an example. But again, you have to just like be like, nah, I really want to make my meals, and the pain has to be greater. There's not really too much more I can say about that, but diving into the whole dream life thing, it's just a larger scale of what I was saying before. And again, I've got my dream life written out. It's very clear. 2025, this is what I want. 2030, I've just written those down in the last few months. This is what I want. And I wrote down KPIs. These are the KPIs that I need to achieve this goal. If you've been on my channel before, you've heard me blab on about this a million times, but it works. Because 5 years ago, when I wrote my 2025 goals, there is no way in hell I would have seen myself actually achieving those goals, and I've crushed every single one of them. And it astonishes me every day when I wake up and go, oh my God, I'm doing those things that I said I would do 5 years ago because I took those actions that I said I needed to take to achieve that thing. And here I am. Turns out it's still not good enough, but that's just ADHD. Am I right, fam? But now I've written my 2030 goals, and they scare the life out of me. And they should scare you as well. But this is the large scale thing here where it's like, these are your overall, this is your dream life, right? This is what you actually want. There's a lot of people that talk about this and it's all woo woo and dream life, you can achieve whatever, but it's like, no, this is the real stuff, okay? You can actually get what you want, but you do have to figure out exactly what it is, get clear on it, write it down, reverse engineer it, right? And then start taking the steps to get there. But at the very root of it, and that's what this video is about, is that the pain of where you're at right now has to be far greater than the pain of you taking that action. And if it's not, if you can be aware of it, that's a huge step in the right direction. But if it's not, why not is a good question to ask yourself. And then another question after that is, how can you make it so? What can you put in place to make the pain of where you're at right now, of not changing, be greater than the pain of changing? Because change is hard, no matter what you're doing. A lot of people, they don't change, ever. People I interact with on a day-to-day basis, it's clear as day. You're like, this is who you are. Once you get a good grip on someone, this is who you are, and you are not going to change. And that's all good. But like they, potentially lack the self-awareness, whatever it is, they don't have this system in place. They haven't seen this video, and they might see this video. But the pain of where they're at, they're just so happy with where they're at. And they'll complain. They will complain. People will complain, dude. And if you're the one that's complaining as well, you got to call yourself out. Because it's, oh, I'm in this position. Where? It's out of my control. Externalize everything. Where? But it's like, Everything that happens to you in your life, you are responsible for, and it's your fault. Pretty harsh, but anyway, this is my system for building a dream life and reverse engineering it. But at the root, I've said it a million times in this video, you have to be fed up with your current existence. Hopefully you've gotten some value out of this video. Let me know if you have any other comments on it as well. I would love to know what you think about this, and I'll see you in the next one.